This chapter really has the ball rolling all out. Most of the predictions that a lot of people had actually kind of turned out to be somewhat true to a certain degree, and yet I don't feel like too many people were on the mark with where they wanted this to go. Because whereas Boruto does kind of awaken his Otsutsuki side for the most part, and I love the fact that even Kawaki's just like, oh god, not this. Momoshiki again. And even Code kind of questions the fact that Momoshiki can take over Boruto's consciousness when he's not even completely Otsutsuki-fied. He actually finds that kind of questionable, almost mystifying. But as it turns out, Boruto is still in control. He still has retained his own consciousness, much to the shock of both Kawaki and Code. But the biggest plus is the fact that Boruto's skills, thanks to the Otsutsuki DNA, has been enhanced, and the fight that proceeds between Kawaki, Boruto, and Code. Well, Kawaki doesn't jump in just yet. It's mostly Boruto and Code. But even so, it's still pretty great. Boruto bringing out his shadow clones, going in for the multiple strikes here and there. Code creating a claw mark on Boruto so that he can just teleport through Boruto's shoulder and uses that to just poke his hand on through Boruto's shoulder and just start swiping at the clones. It's some really creative choreography. And Boruto, trying to get Code out of his shoulder, ends up just grappling onto his arm with one of the clones, pulling Code out, and then they just start throwing down at him so Code has to escape. It's a flurry of action from time to time. It's just really a visual feast to see. And while Code questions Ida as to what exactly is going on here, Ada lays it all on the table. Amado has given him some medicine that should suppress his Otsutsuki DNA. And while she doesn't know the specifics, Boruto is able to channel the power with none of the Otsutsuki mind takeover BS. And she even tells him to be cautious. He might actually pose a significant challenge to Code before he unlocks his true inner strength. A few people I had heard from had thought that ultimately Amado's medicine would cause the inverse. It would accelerate his transformation, or it would put him under Amado's control, but honestly, it seems like the best case side effects. Meanwhile, Naruto is analyzing the surrounding landscape, trying to track down Boruto and sense his chakra. We even have the one sensory ninja apologizing for losing track of Boruto. And it's just like, dude, no, your presence here is done. You trash. You trash. I'll fire you in the morning. But no, Naruto is mainly focusing on gathering up some sage chakra so that he can go after them and hunt them down, with Shikamaru even wanting to join in. Because, Naruto's not really up to snuff as he used to be, so he wants to make sure he's got some backup. Especially with Sasuke still kind of a little bit on a wild goose chase trying to hunt down Code, which is very unfortunate. Sasuke went one way and Code went the other, and Sai is busy guarding Amado. So it's an interesting Naruto and Shikamaru team up, something we haven't really gotten in a good long time. And we get this little moment where Hinata wants to tag along and help bring Boruto back. They're her kids. She wants to make sure that they're safe. But ultimately, Naruto tells her to stay behind and look after Himawari. Now, I heard some weird controversy had come out of this, but I think the person had gotten the information on the situation between Naruto and Hinata out of context, because he kind of makes it clear, look, stay behind, look after Himawari, because, if something happens to Naruto, you really want to make Himawari an orphan? She loses her brother, her mother, her father, and then it's just Himawari being taken care of, by Hinabi or something. Not cool. Now, if it was both their children missing, both Himawari and Boruto, yeah, Mama Bear's going all in. And while I would have loved to have seen Hinata actually throw down to some capacity. I understand the reasoning behind why she couldn't. And Himawari's a little bit worried about her brother and Kawaki, and Naruto has to reassure her that she'll bring them both back safely. Meanwhile, back with Boruto, he tries to see if the karma can absorb Code's claw marks, but he finds that he can't, and Kawaki explains that while they are made of chakra, oddly enough, there's also iron from Code's blood mixed into it, making it a bit more of a solidified object. I guess to prevent it from being deeply analyzed and a countermeasure being found against it. I guess. Although Kawaki's more interested in what exactly is going on with Boruto, and he explains that while he's not quite certain, he feels that it's probably the medicine he took. But that just tells Kawaki that this whole transformation is unreliable. There's no guarantee that Boruto will be able to maintain all of this. But Boruto just cares about taking Code down. That should solve everything. And Code lets him know that despite the fact that Boruto might have taken some medicine, he still has Otsutsuki DNA, meaning that he's still relevant to Code's plan, which kind of clues Boruto in that how does he know about the med? Code has some inside information that he shouldn't have, but Code feels that it's better to kind of retreat, as dealing with Boruto in this form is too much of a hassle. Better let the medicine potentially run out or the Otsutsuki DNA just to do its thing, so he goes over to capture Kawaki and peace out. But Kawaki decides to start resisting, bringing out his own shadow clone and clashing against Code, with Boruto coming in with a Rasengan, which Code has no choice but to dodge. But then when he questions, "Hey, Kawaki, I thought you wanted to go along with this. Are you not going with the plan anymore?" Kawaki says, "Well, if this is ultimately the way it has to be, I always just wanted to protect the Seven. So if we have a chance of taking you down, I'ma take it," which I kind of enjoy. And so of course Code is getting a little pissed, like, these guys are really getting on my nerves and annoying, they're not doing what I say. Meanwhile, Naruto has actually managed to find Boruto's chakra signature. Much like how a lot of us thought, the best way to track down where Kawaki is was to track down Boruto. So Naruto pinpoints their location, but he knows that someone else he doesn't recognize is with Boruto, cluing them in that he's with Code. So they all go racing off, telling Ino to keep on high alert. And while Shikamaru does question if Naruto will be able to maintain his Sage mode, we find that Naruto has actually managed to maintain it better than he ever could before, just because of age and wisdom. But Shikamaru still tells him not to overdo it, not wanting to put him in any unnecessary danger. Meanwhile, the fight between Code and Boruto continues to be pretty awesome, with them just trading blows and strikes and dodging out of the way and this way and that way. We even get Boruto's signature disappearing Rasengan, which Code desperately tries to get out of the way of. But as the battle rages on, and Boruto is more than ready to put an end to this, suddenly he starts feeling this intense pain in his chest, and he doubles over in great pain. Is this a side effect of Amado's medicine? Or is this potentially Momoshiki trying to fight back against the halting of Boruto's ossification? That word. But this really does put a new wrinkle into things. Will this ultimately be where Kawaki is kidnapped and turned against the leaf? Or can we expect something else to happen down the line? Not to mention, it didn't take Boruto that long to catch up to where Kawaki and Code had met up, so I can't see Naruto and Shikamaru arriving too late. So tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think is greatly paining Boruto, and will Naruto and Shikamaru make it in time to join in the fray? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notification. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.